right. I'm listening.
So just let me introduce myself. My name is
Cleen. Mr. Cleen.
It's a one-man symphony.
I don't believe you, Sams.
That's bullshit. It's all part of your image. I don't believe a word of it.
You don't believe me?
No.
No?
Did I stutter?
I can assure you he is truly a very sick boy.
Wait till they get a load of me.
Hey.
How about a little music? Music.
Let me just start by saying thanks. Whether you bought this CD or burned it, one thing I hope you'll learn, it was not easy to make a full length and not sound cheesy saying shit like off the heezy. Fuck that, this is Audiobesity. My name is Cleen. I am not radio friendly and I'll never make a CD just so I can buy a Bentley. I think the art form is lacking art and the format took us a $, which brings sadness to my heart. So I wanted to start by asking all the people, remember the good old days before MTV was evil? Catering to beat jackers and those well suited to thinking it's all good just cause they're rich, but in actuality the mainstream is polluted. So me and some of my amigos, we got together to form a crew called Life for the Better, to try to stop the funk faking like main source, or at least make the downward spiral hip-hop is headed in change course. Not that I'm out looking for beef or trying to hate on anybody that got gold on their teeth. I'm just saying as politely as I can, I'm like a condom with holes in it. You don't wanna fuck with me, really don't. Why try to provoke someone underground and broke? You have the resources to look down upon every lyric I ever spoke. Even if you never heard sightings, help me or Stormtrooper. Don't be such a party pooper. And besides, whack B-sides are the least of your problems. Most of mine happen when the leaves fall in autumn. That's when my parents get tired of stressing out each other and they keep inviting me over. Chest pains and cone heads as a result of spousal inflicted stress, and you wonder why this bird don't want to go back to its nest. There's a volatile situation situating. I'd love to be more descriptive, but I have trouble articulating. Is it the dyslexia? Is it the weed or the bipolar introverted tendencies I seem to need? Because I keep raging against the machine, but I think I might be part of that machine. Oil can. I stand up, look up at the sky, ask God why I'm having so much trouble just getting by. I ask, doesn't anyone want to hear the lyrics inside of my folder? And then the clouds form a pair of shrugging shoulders. Ain't that a bitch? But it bothers me when people hear my verse on PallBearers and ask me if I really think that hip-hop is lifeless. Listen, of this subject I'm tiring. Hip-hop ain't really dead, but to me, it's uninspiring. Admit it. See, at the time I wrote that verse, that's how I felt. I make no apologies for hitting you below the belt. No. But sheep that think mainstream is the only thing available might also think that's all the art form can be. And fuck that. Well, at any rate, here's my labor of love. 2 years in the making. Painstaking, yes, but at the same time, if you take the time to make something perfect, all the struggling that you did in the process will be worth it. It'll be worth it. And hopefully, one day I hope to be at a point in my life where I don't need to buy tickets for the lottery. So I guess I'll keep being a broke MC till VH1 makes an episode of Driven about me. Audiobesity. Audiobesity. Audiobesity.
I'm going to play this record over and over again until my ears bleed.
Listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Our fugitive has been on the run for 90 minutes. Average foot speed over uneven ground, barring injury, is 4 miles an hour. That gives us a radius of 6 miles. What I want out of each and every one of you is a hard target search of every gas station, residence, warehouse, farmhouse, hen house, outhouse, or doghouse in that area. Checkpoints go up at 15 miles. Your fugitive's name is Mr. Cleen. Go get him.
Cleen is a hyena in the desert, but where I'm from, people don't die laughing. There's no graph, instead just tagging, very little rapping. In other words, a revolution's getting ready to happen. Enter me, the fuse on the dynamite. I might flow tonight, cause you ain't rhyming right. You should design a mic meant to be held by MCs that don't have any stories to tell. Too many whack crews get put on. They talk and talk and talk, but don't say nothing. Must be from Babylon. I heard you felt a little out of place on stage. Butterflies in your stomach and no lyrics from a page in your head like usual. Your beats weren't skipping, plus you're on a cordless mic, so why are you tripping? Killing it, fool, you ain't hurting me. heard you thought Gatorade was a doctor at Florida University, and just for that you deserve to perish. Listen to yourself, man, aren't you embarrassed? It'll be easy for me to spot you because you come in pairs and you never change like Timberland's bass, drums, and snares. Cause I'm rapping for the love, not rapping for the money. I'm just your average handgun brandishing anti-establishment whose name alone demands respect like Madison Square Garden. Beware, pardon me, the lights ain't on and it's a little hard to see that most of my peers don't consider me a threat, cause they don't really know what I'm capable of yet. They underestimate me, then hear me rock. After that they look up to me just like a clock. Well, that's fine, but I suggest you take a look around. You're fresh out of friends, nobody here drives a Benz. I performed in front of crowds that hated me and gotten a standing O cause of my outstanding flow. But when some kid wearing clothes that cost more than I made in 2 weeks at my old job tells me that I'm great, I say thanks, but comments like those are really not fair. You see, I make demos, I don't shop there. Cause I'm rapping for the love, I'm not rapping for the money. You keep waiting and debating, but you're faking your rap. So I'ma knock you out cold like an Eskimo taking a nap. And when you come to, I'll be standing over you, tapping the mic like a phone check 1, 2. To see you, you're the type to let your man talk about how dope you are while I rock it like Herbie Hancock. And you still talk shit, Jesus Christ, let it go. You'd have better luck selling ice to Eskimos. I'll test your flows and at the same time rock spots before you even hear about the APB out on me that the cops got. I know the ins and outs like hopscotch. Off the head. When it's all said and done, you'll be a blotch. Cause I clean with ease, 2 to be exact. It's right there in my name, right after the L. And if you came just to see me smile, I hope you packed a lunch because you're gonna be here for a while. Cause I'm rapping for the love, I'm not rapping for the money. When you hit the sideburns, I'm gonna be alright. I'll just wait and debate, contemplate your arrival.
I'm coming to you from the underground.
I'm a smart ass.
I'm coming to you from the underground.
I love sarcasm.
I'm coming to you from the underground.
Hopefully you can get that with this song.
I'm coming to you from the
When the grandfather clock struck 6 out, electrics migrated to California, looking for love in all the wrong places. Faces all fucked up and high, insomniacs with black bags under their eyes. Wannabe B-girls trying to represent and bring more funk than Parliament. Funkadelic, but Pelican's Bay ain't what it used to be. The city's full of chickens and I'm the only rooster. Used to being misunderstood, used to being mad dog that ignored in my own neighborhood. Probably cause I don't live for wealth. If I was paralyzed, I'd still find a way to stand up for myself. Speaking of which, that's why I had to make this song, cause you're wrong if you don't limit your intake of whack tracks based on a rapper's salary. Kicking pop tart flows away too many calories. Surprise, lyrics you can laugh at on purpose. A little deeper than the surface that most MCs hit when they spit about kegs or making omelets with Fabergé eggs. Is that it? Was that your best shot? Cause you just reminded me of what I almost forgot. The next time you stand before an unseen technique, think before you speak. You don't have to throw your hands in the air, and I don't want anyone to dance. Just nod your head to this, nod your head to just nod your head to this, nod your head to this. You don't have to say ho, make money, or scream. Just listen to Mr. Cleen. Nod your head to this, nod your head to just nod your head to this, nod your head to this. I sampled a hit, so I'm guaranteed a hit for myself. Never had a plaque on my shelf that said gold, but if I had a plaque on my wall, I'd buy a giant toothbrush and a big tube of Crest. Damn, that was deeper than a Cherokee Jeep, driven by Apache, bumping gangsta bitch in it. All I ever hear is the same old club songs. Too bad these MCs don't know where they went wrong. Labels throw money at them like they're playing poker, but if they can't see that they ain't getting any doper than last year, no one wants to hear your raps here. I liked you a lot more before you wore cashmere. You're in the fast lane, apply the brake. What kind of impression you trying to make? I'm gonna write sellout on your forehead at your wake and put the fun back in funeral. Don't fake jacks, cause I don't know what that means. If a song makes you laugh, it's probably Mr. Clean's. Moves the crowd still hard like titanium. My psychiatrist has a big head, I call him Fraser Cranium. Alright, okay, that was kinda stupid, but tell me it was worse than what that R&B group did. You might not like the lyrics I'm bringing, but at least I'm not bling-blinging. You don't have to throw your hands in the air, and I don't want anyone to dance. Just nod your head to this, nod your head to this, nod your head to this, nod your head to this. You don't have to say ho, make money, money, or scream. Just listen to Mr. Cleen. Nod your head to this, nod your head to this, nod your head to this, nod your head to this. Staring at a brick wall, what the fuck happened? This a rhythm and blues, and you wonder who's rapping? Put a tap in the telephone, call Mr. Cleen. I take out the whack like Listerine takes out the plaque. Your imminent annihilation is in progress. Please hold for just a second, like shot Claire. Cause to me, independence name these major labels look at their rosters upset, cause my name's not there. Take their number one funk faker. Oh, excuse me, I meant their number one moneymaker. He ain't paid dues. I seen him at the House of Blues, and when he was done, it almost changed his name to the House of Booze. Please don't dance, you're missing the point. I might as well buy some Rockaway and just join these gratuitous rappers who break gratuitous silence and make gratuitous club songs with gratuitous violence. He said he was homicidal with his rhymes, so I shot him 187 times. Wait, hold up. If I expect radio airplay with this song, then the third verse should be this long. You don't have to throw your hands in the air, and I don't want anyone to dance. Just nod your head to this, nod your head to this, nod your head to this, nod your head to this. You don't have to say ho, make money, money, or scream. Just listen to Mr. Cleen. Nod your head to this, nod your head to this, nod your head to this, nod your head to this. You don't have to throw your hands in the air, and I don't want anyone to dance. Just nod your head to this, nod your head to this, nod your head to this, nod your head to this. You don't have to say ho, make money, money, or scream. Just listen to Mr. Cleen. Nod your head to this, nod your head to this, just nod your head to this. Bye, folks. See you on the real shit.
Hello again, I'm Harold Green.
And I am Laura Diaz. Topping our news at 5:30, a young girl has been killed, her young sister seriously injured, and police said that their own mother is the one responsible.
Several Anaheim police officers are under investigation tonight for allegedly sleeping on the job.
She was a nanny hired to take care of small children. Now a tape is showing some disturbing pictures of that nanny accused of child abuse.
The woman caught on tape apparently beating her 4-year-old daughter is now
former
facing
Southland
the
Catholic priest has been arrested, accused of having sex with a minor.
Sometimes I walk fast past the commotion and try to think deep thoughts as vast as the ocean. Cause as long as I'm thinking, I feel like I'm contributing to staying afloat and not sinking. But I see people surfing in the sky like Basquiat, and I don't ask a lot of questions like why, who, what, where, or how do they do that? I just try to take the pain away with my old school raps. But it doesn't work, and neither do buffering. Tylenol or Advil, man, I think that I'm suffering from post-traumatic stress syndrome. I either listen to too much blues or I just watch too much news. Kip Kinkle and the Trenchcoat Mafia turned their schools into the West Bank. And after the next break, the weather, I'm so numb I can't feel my hand change to the channel cause this doesn't seem real. And while I'm looking for sports, I see a father was arrested for injecting his own son with HIV positive blood cause he didn't want to pay child support. This is not the plot to a movie, it's the Associated Press. Do we hate it? Yes. Well, it's reality. Not a tape that you can just rewind. What was once a distant thought in the back of your mind is now close enough to reach. So I drove to the beach. Now I'm sitting on the pier asking God why he put me here. Everywhere I turn, I see liquefied images, but it might just be the tears in my eyes. I hear voices that say I'm gonna drown. I like walking with my head down, cause when I do, I look like Jesus. Walking on water, it's like I belong everywhere.
Like a dolphin through the ocean's head.
last night, but this can't be life. I do believe in karma, but what really hurts is that deep down I know that things are probably gonna get worse. Nowadays you can't even have a blind date with a med student, where soon after you break up and tell your friends, yo, she didn't get me. Cause she'll invite you over for some goodbye sex, and you'll wake up in a bathtub full of ice with no kidneys. That's just an urban legend. No, that was her intention. Girls like you make guys like me not wanna trust another woman again. I snap back into the light by the sounds of the salt water changing from blue to white. The waves begin breaking, I take nothing for granted, but I am cynical enough to believe that we can get drafted. They must drink a lot of liquid courage in Washington, cause year-round on C-SPAN, it's the same pissing contest. Watch the youth die young like Janis Joplin as terrorist bombs leave the White House toppling. Ted Koppel and Dan Rather will gather up their belongings, probably even before this song ends. It's almost to the point when I grab a microphone, I see the faces of my loved ones melt away like that one bad guy at the end of Indiana Jones. No, I'm not being comical. Without this catharsis, my residence might be a hospital. I'm just sad, but that quickly turns to anger. I can't be content with making another club banger. Sometimes you gotta vent, it's chicken soup for the soul. So someone pass me a spoon and a bowl. Everywhere I turn, I see liquified images, but it might just be the tears in my eyes. I hear voices that say I'm gonna drown. I like walking with my head down, cause when I do, I look like Jesus walking on water. It's like I belong everywhere. How come the state of California comes to a screeching halt when there's a car chase on the TV? Hey, it's not my fault, says the home viewer. I wanted to see the cops shoot that sack of shit. It's people like you, the bottleneck on the freeway, to get a better look at an accident. I think I'm getting lost in crime scene photos, out of control technology and corporate logos. I know scientists have rights, fine, but I think science reached a new low when I saw square-shaped watermelons on Nightline. Why must we fuck with Mother Nature, then act all surprised when she fucks with us back? If a nuclear winter was to pop off in the middle of this song, most people would scream, why? Well, I'll be thinking, what took you so long? And history books are all wrong. You think your kid's a genius until you find out the truth was replaced with convenience. Or take a sociopath like Mark David Chapman, who did something horrible, then act like nothing happened. A lifelong Beatles fan reads The Catcher in the Rye, but the book drives him insane, so he gets John Lennon's autograph and then kills him. What? Doctors ask him why he did it. He sits back and calls them fools, all the while The Catcher in the Rye is still required reading in schools. Whether these words give you goosebumps or just bounce off you. Sorry for rambling, I just needed someone to talk to. Cause all this onion chopping shows no signs of stopping. So since we don't have a queen, say it with Cleen. God save America. Everywhere I turn, I see liquified images, but it might just be the tears in my eyes. I hear voices that say I'm gonna drown. I like walking with my head down, cause when I do, I look like Jesus walking on water. It's like I belong everywhere. Everywhere I turn, I see liquified images. I see liquified images, the tears. I hear voices that say I'm gonna drown. Everywhere I turn, I see liquified images, but it might. I like walking with my head down, cause when I do, I look like Jesus walking on water. Everywhere I turn, I see liquified images, but it might just be the tears in my eyes.
came to wreck everything and ruin your life. God sent us.
I think with no thoughts but emotion and oceans. He who is my body is limited, but a body force free that my ghost chef is infinite. Then I become food for other bodies to eat. The physical chef is still alive, but I'm into nurturing is asleep, which makes you half-dead. Without you tearing that heart out of the line will make you a king, then show your bravery. We still engage in fearful slavery. If you talk for much, your tongue you show no kind of bravery. As a bunch of cloud of deliverance, you mentally speak, not if you physically act out in ignorance. You act out in anger as your whole body shakes. You better become a body of a leg that doesn't collide with anything or breaks against anything. But if anything that swallows anything, obviously, and everything that steps inside of the water. To inflict injuries is to injure yourself. Until you come completely fluid, and denying everybody else. You claim to know it all about the abstractions of life. But even the simple things in life, your whole mind couldn't grasp. You claim to be mentally derivative, but you're second the programming you should attach. I learned to let go from the bird of my hand. There is a limit to what spiritual growth. Cut off your tongue and let your whole body speak. Understand your false beliefs and they will all drop. When your hands are still idle, that's why your whole house speaks. See, it's not that you know the rhythm that you bring, but if you allow love to be everywhere, then the whole universe would sing. The whole universe would sing. My pen's a notebook, all my kids and my wife. So when I sit to write rhymes about the abstractions of life, I take into consideration all I've been given, cause I know it could all be taken in an instant. My pen's a notebook, all my kids and my wife. So when I sit to write rhymes about the abstractions of life, I take into consideration all I've been given, cause I know it could all be gone in an instant.
Yo, put a jacket on before you leave home. Zip it all the way up and grab a beanie for your dome. It's overcast, there's no clouds, no sun. You can't even feel the city breathing. There's no one out in public, not even birds on sun decks. It's like a daisy cutter was dropped and we're feeling the effects. I don't like this, it makes me feel anonymous, ordinary, stressed, depressed, not blessed. I got dressed and tried to function in the murkiness, but I was getting motion sickness from the jerkiness of the masses. Cause after the math fell, this city gave up on its ascension like Maxwell. I used to love sitting in the park, watching the clouds turn from cumulus to stratus. That's when even the baddest saw God teach the pros, but I can't do that anymore because the beach is closed. All I can do is wish for a different story, reflect on the good times and keep taking inventory. Notebook check, pencil check, gas mask check, money no luck cause I'm not Irish. Part of my daily chores is doing battling wars that's stylish. Plus I'm dyslexic, so the full moon brings out the flow with me. I'll link a sheet worldwide and locally. My pen's a notebook are my kids and my wife. So when I sit to write rhymes about the abstractions of life, I take into consideration all I've been given, cause I know it could all be taken in an instant. My pen's a notebook are my kids and my wife. So when I sit to write rhymes about the abstractions of life, I take into consideration all I've been given, cause I know it could all be gone in an instant. As I venture into the storm and hope to re-emerge triumphant, it felt like I traveled the earth's circumference, but something's not right. I'm going insane when I speak, but still I try to remain meek, cause since I was young I was under the impression that the meek shall inherit the earth. But after last night's imperfection, the perfect storm led by example, by showing me firsthand that the meek will get trampled.
The morning, every revolving wheel of fire, raining yellow lights, kissing my yesterday's rain washed window pane, hitting my white covering curtains gold. Plastic trees, shadows out of my iron white painted wall with all the leaves, one of the sub front yard, the wind whipped, all the hard shape, cut the bag right as a hair above the rain, smacked my head as I got down to one knee to the storm. And at this particular moment, marriage was performed.
Will you bury me? And acid rain drops, and as the paint chips off my car, I shed my outer skin like a boa constrictor. You can't inflict our brand of seasonal death, cause even in the summertime you'll be able to see your breath.
I lift the skin off of the water and high jaws of prey under the luster of a slump of the sea is sand. Then my warrior soul sings with the voice of sea, will breathe across the ocean chase, and I stand firm on all tidal waves in the ocean, flashing over the silver rocks, and I witness the skies off the shooting mountains, and I begin to rain. A break lays the clouds with thunderbolts, and strikes over the highest pinnacle of the mountains, and extending my arms out to electric midnight in the rain, purifies my soul, it rinses off the dirt in my body.
Rinse off all the pain, but never forget you're a soldier of God now, and there's no safety net beneath you as you tap dance on cloud silver linings. You can't kill the rhyming, you can't fill the emptiness, you can't revive the heartless, you can't stop the sunshine, and you can't brighten the darkness. You can just exist and resist the temptation that makes you think you're impervious to the inevitable, you silly mortal. Wake up, you're sleeping again. My blood is ink, and I can live deep in a pen. When I write about my pain, the less I have, the more I gain.
I appreciate the storm as well as the sunshine. Together they both produce half of a circle of a rainbow, as well as a bunch of clouds to produce the emptiness of mind. The brightness of light could either give you sight or make you blind.
My pen's and notebook are my kids and my wife, so when I sit to write rhymes about the abstractions of life, I take into consideration all I've been given, cause I know it could all be taken in an instant. My pen's and notebook are my kids and my wife, so when I sit to write rhymes about the abstractions of life, I take into consideration all I've been given, cause I know it could all be gone in an instant.
All right. By telling you this, though, I'm trusting you more than I trust most people. See, for years, the FBI has been hooked into the library system keeping records.
Assessing fines.
Monitoring reading habits. Look at certain books are flagged. Books on, say, nuclear weapons and, well, mining. Anyone who takes that flagged book has his library records fed into the FBI's computers from then on.
Damn, these are some strange days we're living in. Rappers don't know it, but they're headed straight for oblivion. Their only concern is money. And if they don't get the sound scan numbers, they act like days won't be sunny. But constant lies on wax makes your heart black. Yeah, you look hard, but you think God ain't keeping track? Hit the road, Jack, don't look back or you'll be dust. Another one bit it, I'm just glad it wasn't me. You used to love hip-hop, now you just hope to win a Grammy. You need to hope you don't land on a whammy, cause when, not if, when your card gets pulled, getting your street cred back will be impossible. So how many MCs must get dissed? The number of MCs was longer than Schindler's List, and out of all of them, you get top billing. I don't know what else to say, it's you I'm just not feeling. So you, me? Yeah, you, the one with cornrows, the one who claims to be hot but kicks lukewarm flows. Your biting days are over cause I got your dentures, and when you get to hell, tell the devil Mr. Cleen sent ya. Yeah, word out, word out. I read the LA Times front page, big block letters. It said if you wear an antenna when you get married, will it make the reception better? I thought about that for a couple of minutes and then the light turned green and I continued slurping my orange juice. You know I had to write this. I'm on a mission like an Indian satellite dish. So while Geronimo watches a movie on Skinamax with Shannon Tweed in it, I'll be covering my tracks. Cause someone's been misbehaving. The People Under the Stairs is not just a movie by Wes Craven or a hip-hop group from Southern Cali. There's cameras over intersections and in palm trees from Santa Monica to the valley out to the Cadillac Desert. My home. And they probably won't be satisfied until there's one in my dome. All I wanted was a Pepsi, but Uncle Sam's black helicopters won't let me buy a six-pack even though they had clusters. I feel isolated except for my copy of Adbusters, my bootleg idolatry CD, and a Rockwell feeling that somebody's watching me. Whenever I go out to cypher with my crew, I feel like someone's bugging my house like I'm the man with one red shoe. But I'm not a communist, I don't like Karl Marx, I like Hot Carl. Something's wrong with this unseen technology, and I can't wait till 1984 comes out on DVD, cause George Orwell said a well-written theory off the high end would make fish in the Atlantic stop crying. So ask me and I'll say, what's the number one problem in the world today? It's not the fact that almost all teenagers have a gun, it's that there's way too many ways to reach out and touch someone. Think about it.
Wait, how is this legal? People only understand these terms on the line. Yo,
I'm watching your daughter, but who's watching the watcher? pictures, the flying saucers or the microchip implanting doctors. I told my neighbors I want a better yard. Man, I haven't fucked up like that since I Bobby hold a pale horse with my credit card. Now my name's probably on some supercomputer as a troublemaker or potential president shooter. And now I start to bug out when there's hiss on my phone receiver. And I keep all the receipts I get from errands and Amoeba. Keep tabs on what? I'm not hypnotizing through DJs. I don't even like my own face when I haven't shaved for 3 days. Be receptive to this single before Rumsfeld is just a press release making every language besides English illegal. Nigga, can't happen. Think I'm intentionally scaring you? Ever wonder why every other country on earth hates America? Not me. You have to be blind to not see, not hear, not wonder, or think about the possibility that what I'm saying might be true. Who's the guinea pig? It might be you. All it takes is one word and one tone of voice to turn some disenchanted youth into soldier boys. Be aware. All I'm saying is be aware and just think. Cause Big Brother's eyes don't blink. Andre's watching me drive to work, watching me drive home, watching me stuck in traffic, looking up at the sky. No servers, but plenty of bugs buzzing around apathetic young people and dirty hypodermic needles. I don't know what else to say. I pump beats into my head like the feds pump drugs into LA. And I do it for the same reason, to take the pain away and shed some light. Life sucks, that's why I write, that's my philosophy. Could you possibly take the policy you were told by the monopoly and knock the pieces off the board? Try to focus on the blur, and I got some Tums you can use if your stomach acids can't digest my words. I had a few more bars for you, but you look like you've eaten enough candy for one day, and someday sooner than you'd like. The ones who spent the last 5 minutes rolling their eyes are gonna wish they were listening to this.
You know all this? I don't. Neither do you. Exactly.
I thought poetry was supposed to be sacred. How can you grade us? You carry on like you're some kind of rebel, yet you conform, just like the people that you find contemptible. Everyone, even you, is forced to conform in this fucking world. And the minute you try to do something from the heart, every fucking buddy beats you down. I'm sorry. I can't take any more of this bullshit.
A friend of mine named Banana 9, a man who kicks anything but standard rhymes, once told me hip-hop already killed itself, but don't let poetry die. To which I replied, man, if poetry would decease, I would release a spoken word album just to get myself arrested on purpose. Cause on the surface, I'm a normal young man. I like the sunshine, but don't have much of a suntan. See, free existence would be worthless without art. Only a couple things make the lips on my mouth part. Fast food for thought and the opposite sex, but all I talk about is how I hate depositing checks. I'm not the type to inspect my wife's transactions. I write because I respect life's abstractions. Like lying about being married in a verse and not sweating the repercussions, cause my music comes first. People look at me perplexed, hear my chitter chatter, and always tell me to vary my subject matter. But I've been hip-hop since I was old enough to wonder, when will I awaken from this 9-month slumber? See, I flow, while most people who know me spit poetry, I flow. Stuck between backpackers and beatniks, I go. Somewhere in the middle, I think, as long as no one tries to stop me from scribbling ink in my notebook pages. Fuck lemonade, when life gives me lemons, I throw them back. You think I'm flowing whack? I try to take chances, but I'm sorry, I'm just not as deep as Saul Williams or St. Francis. My dream house has a glass ceiling. I can see the stars I'm shooting for, but physically I just can't get to them. You just don't get it. Nah, I just can't get to them. You know, I just don't get it. My dream house has a glass ceiling. I can see the stars I'm shooting for, but physically I just can't get to them. You just don't get it. Nah, I just can't get to them. You know, I just don't get it. You know, I heard in times of war the devil makes room in hell. If that's true, then here I come. Someone please tell my crew a leopard can't change its spots. You wanna hear the truth, y'all? Since I was a kid, I've been a goofball and a smartass, liking to kick dumb shit, funny raps to make people laugh at family functions. When I was young, that's what I looked for. Tapes that took my mind off of the bullshit I went through growing up. And after high school, I set my sights on the industry and learned how whack it was. Better get a jacket, cause you're walking into a shitstorm, I said to myself. But in order to put my CDs on the shelf, it was worth the risk. And right when I felt like a native, I heard another song about hip-hop, Cleen, can't you be more creative? And that came from my own crew. Peer pressure's a bitch, now what am I gonna do? Get serious, it's crunch time. But every time I tried to be thought-provoking, I ended up writing a punchline. Fuck, Hip-hop is too big of a part of me. I can't just stop and drop the art, that's like popping my artery, and I'll die. I don't wanna make anyone cry, I'd rather make you sit back and ask why. Like when I first heard R. Kelly likes to fuck little girls, I said, geez, at least he don't fuck with little boys. If he did, he'd be a Catholic priest. Now did that make much sense? Not really, but did it make you smile? Yes, mission accomplished. I leave the serious stuff to those that's good at it, and every now and then dip my feet in the deep end of the pool. So if it's cool, I'm not a poet, I'm just an MC. I am what I am, why don't you let me be me? Why don't you let me be me? My dream house has a glass ceiling. I can see the stars I'm shooting for, but physically I just can't get to them. You just don't get it. No, I just can't get to them. You know I just don't get it. My dream house has a glass ceiling. I can see the stars I'm shooting for, but physically I just can't get to them. Nah, you just don't get it. No, I just can't get to them. You know I just don't get it. It seems like every day, from strangers to those who know me, step to me and say clean. Make a poetry CD. My response is thanks for having faith, but don't tempt me. I write what I feel. Sue me if it's empty. Yeah, sue me if it's empty. Pete, any opportunity I have to make you laugh, my man, I'm gonna take it. Guess who's back? Hey, dumb girl, you're a whore. Hey, dumb girl, you're a whore. Dumb girl, you're a whore. Dumb girl. Hey, dumb girl. Before you start burning, close your legs and your mouth. Why don't you listen and learn? You live your life wrong. You're too promiscuous. I made this song for you. I wish you would listen to this, but you ain't changed. You still think it's cool to dress slutty and go out with no money when Mr. Clean's your buddy. Did you forget? Who drove you to this club? Who paid for your drinks? And who gave those titties a rub? You dress nastier than the hookers on Sunset. Got married and divorced and ain't even 21 yet. You set a bad example and everybody knows. Hey, little girls don't grow up to be hoes like this dumb girl who doesn't know what to do. Her time's limited. What? Yeah, you. While you're giving head to every Tom, Dick, and Keith. Every night you brush a different guy's cum off of your teeth. I should've known that you were a pretender when we smoked out with the Nimbus Avengers. So go see the doctor and scream whoopie-doo. And this is the message that the cleaner brings to you, and it's true. Hey, dumb girl, you're a whore. Hey, dumb girl, you're a whore. Dumb girl, you're a whore. Dumb girl.
Three things I hate: girls, women, and bitches. Huh? What? Girls, women, and bitches. Three things I hate: girls, women, and bitches.
Hey, big slut with the bloodshot eyes, have you slept yet? Oh my, 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 you've been speeding again and you forgot why. Dumb little girl can't master her high. Why do you always lie? Little drama queen that's always flaking. I wanted to give you a nickname, but Eazy-E was already taken. Cause you're a big slut, you know someone that I can't trust. Left alone for one day, and you need someone to fuck. And plus with a nice car, a stank hoe you are. Your reputation extends out to the valley. Remember all the stories about Diamond's girl Sally? You say you wanna shake your ass at the 7th veil, but you also read the Bible. Oh really? Well do tell, is there anything in there about taking off your top? Or chicks that suck dicks like sour apple blow pops? Sooner or later, sunshine, you're gonna learn that I only went out with you cause it was my turn. Your loose pussy's a product men no longer want to borrow. And since you do speed today, you'll probably smoke crack tomorrow. So don't be surprised when you walk out your front door and a father points out to his son, see her, that's a whore. You get mad, but they're right. Your whole hood knows you're dirty. 21 years old, but you already look 30. And I know the truth hurts, but I heard you left town cause your legs were spreading like the word. Believe it or not, I don't want you to get hurt, but slow down. I wish you'd act like an adult, giving up the snacks for more scratch and more bills, working your way through Palmdale and Courts Hill till you end up at a church asking the priest what you should do. And I wouldn't be surprised if you fucked him too. Hey dumb girl, you're a whore. Hey dumb girl, you're a whore. Dumb girl, you're a whore. Dumb girl.
I stay away from sluts, got respect for my dick.
First Miss Bang, now Miss Gonorrhea.
I stay away from sluts, got respect for my dick.
Dripping like a faucet, I'm glad I didn't toss it.
Hey, dumb girl, you're a whore. 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 Sitting on the dock of the bay, Mr. Cleen, writing rhymes for the deaf, dumb, and blind. Follow my lead as you enter the dimensions of LFTB. There ain't nothing going on but a session. Phony rappers want to flex with you, text it and stop as the moment of truth approaches. Cause hip-hop doesn't need another song about how easily your mom can call a cop. This is your end of the lesson. I dedicate that line to Mr. Randolph, the CEO of a label that don't exist, telling me the major label standard when my demo's what I sent you. Your style is kinda dry, how my melodica can quench you. My soul is kinda busy at the moment, can I take a message? 1, 2, mic check, 1, 9 breaker. I'm freaking the funk for you fraudulent funk fakers, cause I can do anything, I really, really can. Cruising down the street in an Impala with my friends, it's what I'd like to be doing if only I had the ends. A demo ain't a demo if you don't get calls. A clean CD ain't a clean CD if it ain't classic material from start to finish. I'm on a mission like Popeye looking for spinach. If life was the movie Devil in a Blue Dress, I'd be Mouse. And the name of this song is The Swan Lake by my house. A planet ain't a planet if it don't hate Earth. A battle ain't a battle if you don't defend your turf. A mind that can't confabulate won't last if you got a shady past, cause you're dipping your feet in water that's infested with sharks. Nobody knows you if your album's a lemon like Meadowlark. Weed from the weed lady, smoke it right, a platinum hit. Mail out your demo, guess what? Your sample got bit. The shit happened to me in my first year, but ain't it weird? The sample wasn't even clear. What am I tripping? Live another day, learn another lesson. Fill another notebook, have another session. This is so ill, you scream keep it real, but got no skills displayed. The red rain's coming and I got my Teflon umbrella that I've had for a decade plus. My DIY is the I am and it sucks. All I wanna do is run my own record label and production company. Grab the mic and just be able to put mind over matter. Make you press rewind, a doobie in the skin. Funky break beats and rhymes, clarity. Be my homie till the end, reminiscing what our sisters in the living room did. The man with the master plan and the cleaner walking slow motion like the orange clocks by the marina. Prepare for the fame cause it hits you like a punch. Before your departure, pack yourself a sack lunch. It's sad that almost everybody's rapping just for cream. I'm thinking MCs that really care for this art form are few and far between. Misguided minds, check what you're rapping about. This is the Swan Lake by my house. Misguided minds, check what you're rapping about. This is the Swan Lake by my house. My house. My house. Right about now, Cleen got to give a couple of shout outs. First and foremost to my crew, Life for the Better. Check us out online at www.lftv.net. Life for the Better is Plura, Clarity, Ben Yomen, Ofcelfe, Speak, Schroeder, which is DJ Jacko, the Booty King and Master Secretary, Banana 9, Offbeat, Osiris Cop Plutarch, Divided Line, the man whose turntablism you're hearing right now, DJ Stereotype, and yours truly, Mr. Cleen. Shout out again to all affiliates and extended family members of LFTB, including my man Rock from Skylab who produced this gem you're bumping right now. Much love to my whole family, especially all my cousins out in my second home of Montebello. Any artist I've ever listened to just cause I like listening to your music. Any artist I've ever listened to for sheer inspiration. Or anybody I've ever sampled, including Black Alicious. And finally, shout out to my engineer Pete. achieve, y'all. Well, I'm a Libra, y'all, but my indecisiveness has got me needing y'all. I'm not as smart as I think I am, at least I think I'm not. I wait to become a legend till after I get shot, but till then I need help, I don't know how to sell cool. In high school I wanted to be CL Smooth, that's what a rap star was to me. But now when I turn on my TV, I see different company. I see just that, a company, a business, a corporation selling products to fluffy white children who watch TV till sunset. Am I lying or am I just bitter? I haven't blown up yet. See, stars I meet nowadays look at me and laugh. They think I'm lying when I say I don't want an autograph, but a handshake is fine. I only respect underground heads this blown. I'm not conglomerate Frankensteins. I wasn't trying to exact laughter. Ask them to define what a whack rapper is and they'll tell you backpacker. Well, I got a backpack, bitch. I know your promo tactics. I know you're not that rich, but your video's outlandish. Who's picking up the tab? It's the same guy who signs your paychecks and tells you to practice late into the wee hours of the night, then emerge from your beauty sleep to do it all again at first light. I know you gotta quench your thirst, right? But liquor makes you drink more, and I just want you to think more, cause I am interested in your rebuttal. Early 90s MCs probably did all this too, but they were much more subtle. Back in 93 I heard a line I still can't define yet.
If you really know, why ain't you signed it?
But see, back then real hip-hop still existed, even on radio and television. But 10 years later, that statement ain't exact, cause most major label rappers nowadays are whack. Plus another line made me reevaluate the bills in my pocket.
Son rappers, if you're so dope, then why ain't you been dropped yet?
I love this little subculture I'm a part of. The underground gives my life purpose, and above the surface, I'll fly over but not land in. Too many bad guy movie character stand-ins. But if I was Dennis Hopper, I'd have my first name legally changed to Hip. Change the script, I don't like this ending. The pop chart rappers that I hate can't self-destruct. Life's a yin-yang. Without them, there's no us. And plus, I try to be an apt pupil when I watch someone live for the first time with more tape than scotch in record stores. If the majority is late, just drop a bomb second album, get your priorities straight. Sophomore jinx? No, not me, thanks. I don't dive, just dip my feet up in the think tank. It's not that I'm scared of my own words, please. Back in high school, I was writing rhymes for my third release. Yeah, I heard the beats bragging, babbling about b-boys breaking on linoleum and Rust-Oleum aerosol, while 50 guests wearing yes men scream that you hard just cause you know how to read a cue card. Then the director says cut, and on the way to your limousine you say it's simple, clean. And I'm standing there like, what? Yo, I can't hear you. You say your lyrics mirror reality, but the mirror is a rear view. Back in 93 I heard a line I still can't define yet.
If you really know, why ain't you signed it?
Cause see, back then real hip-hop still existed, even on radio and television. But 10 years later, that statement ain't exact, cause most major label rappers nowadays are whack. Plus another line made me reevaluate the bills in my pocket.
Son rappers, if you're so dope, then why ain't you been dropped yet?
What more can I say? Life's a bitch. If you're lucky in the middle, then you get rich. But seriously, can you see me on a mansion or a yacht saying drive it like it's hot, drive it like it's hot? Yeah, me neither. So mentally I stay healthy. Sometimes people call me Mr. Grammar, even though my first name ain't Kelsey. And I don't watch Frasier, I just watch the white lines on a blank piece of paper. People see me and get scared like shark fins. When you can't remember my name, think of the 72 Dolphins. Cause just like Alfred Hitchcock had a way with birds, I got away with words. And I just got away with murdering your pessimism, if only for a couple of minutes. Enough time for you to check the rhythm, shrug your shoulders and say fuck it. You'd be scared to death of me if we had the same budget. Admit that you're in this for the dough, you don't love it. I'm down by law, you think you're above it. Cause I don't know about you, but I'd rather a kid in a hoodie buy my hip-hop at a mom and pop instead of Sam Goody, Virgin Megastore, Best Buy, or the Warehouse. Cause they don't respect you over there. Where? The Warehouse. 16 and some change for a CD, and that's before tax. I could get more wax out of a DJ's ears for less ends. It's too bad the music and money ain't best friends. Back in 93 I heard a line I still can't define yet.
If you really know, why ain't you signed it?
Cause see, back then real hip-hop still existed, even on radio and television. But 10 years later that statement ain't exact, cause most major label rappers nowadays are whack. Plus another line made me reevaluate the bills in my pocket.
Son rappers, if you're so dope, then why ain't you been dropped?
Took off the browns and put on the blues. Took off the browns and put on the blues.
For those of you who didn't know, I composed a few raps I wrote into songs and you're still sick, I got the antidote right here. Tired of lyrical light beer? Ready for a vodka shot? MCs ain't MCs nowadays, they just talk a lot. Okay, if I'm gonna set this off without any paper or a pen, I gotta tell everybody that can hear me where I've been. Born and raised out west, ain't been nowhere in the world, but I've been writing raps since I was staring at girls. Grade school was a fashion show. What was cool had no basis, so I was scared to go to school with shoes that had no laces. In high school I was perceived as weird, even by my family, a black sheep. Cause on weekends I stayed at home and listened to Black Sheep and all of the other native tongues. But I didn't care what other people thought. This is what I loved. This is how I wanna spend my days and nights, underneath the blazing lights where the crowd shouts, damn, that Caucasian's tight. And by the time graduation came, I had taken aim on an industry I really thought I could tame. Then this little biter named Sean Combs made the whole world bow down to the almighty barcode. If it was a hit once, it could be a hit again. Even I was just as guilty way back then. But once in a blue moon ain't the same as no new tunes that blew up like balloons. Now y'all come back soon. Children everywhere raided their parents' record collection. And after that, hip-hop was left with no direction. Rappers weren't vicious or nutritious. And I always thought my Adam's apple was a Washington Delicious. So, the rich got richer. I went underground and said, fuck this art class, I'm painting my own picture. While you avoided bullets from bi-coastal beef, I was in Thrifties deciding between meat or loose leaf. Then Thrifties became Rite Aid, and MCs needed mic aid, cause most of them were as bad as hard as a gay pride parade. Sightings came and went, so did clarity, but music gave me solace while I wandered in the depths of disparity. Bumping early 90s when I drive, you can diss, but nothing recent even comes close to they reminisce. Hip-hop must have been missing me, cause I met some guys at an open mic at Barnes & Noble, and the rest is history. I honestly think if we emerge from this desert neighborhood, we can change the greater good. And plus I love telling my crew when I have a new song finished and we all go out to somebody's car and nod our heads and smile and listen. Times like that make it worth the Excedrin that I take after I open up for a group I know I'm better than. Waiting for my 15 minutes, thinking about how some of my friends like to make fun of their parents for being old, for listening to the Eagles or to Queen. I think about the future of myself. Imagine Cleen, age 50, with a son that's a teenager, and he's listening to whatever's the current flavor, nodding his head like I did to all their pizzazz till he hears me sing, we got the jazz. He'll look at me like, Dad, what are you doing? And I'll say, you don't know nothing about this right here, youngster. This is grown folks music. It happened to my folks, it'll happen to me, man. When I'm in my 40s or whatever and I have kids and they're listening to whatever's out, I'll be in my room listening to the native tongues or Anticon or whatever. Cause I'm a true blue hip-hop head. I'll drive for hours at a time to see an MC that I like spit some rhymes. I'm a true blue hip-hop head. Support the individual, buy it, don't burn, and give the artist their residuals. I'm a true blue hip-hop head. I'm old school too, I clap for b-boys when the rest of the crowd is too cool to. I'm true blue. Put the needle on the record and let it play. From pre-golden era to present day, I'm a hip-hop head. And I'll be one till I'm dead.
Whispers in my ear, boast of self-control. Then why couldn't I ever tell you no? Aggressive deception, progressing Matthew's fall. So in hopes that I would never come to know the plan at all, you camouflage some things that praise me. But if I have dominion, then why did they define my existence by lifting me high like they were getting me by? While letting me down, I just sit and deny. With my addictions disguised, couldn't kiss them goodbye. When I lived in my mind and listened to lies that delivered my life behind enemy lines, to a forked tongue at the forefront of sinister times, to turn to the narrow path to put my sins under Christ. But the devil has me aiming for the center divide. Won't I wish in this predicament of interested sinners, when you Christians live as hypocrites and then criticize. But no one can boast they saved himself from sin, much less point fingers at a fellow man. But I know I can't go wrong with God as my mentor, cause what's a forked tongue to a double-edged sword? Yes, I'm a pallbearer of my old faith. I have a new one now, I need to break in this showcase, since I recognize the character of the powers that be. I once was blind to blessings in disguise, but now I can see.
With every step to the grave, I become what I once criticized, and open my eyes to ideas I was taught to chastise. Once reborn, but never baptized in fire, so I remain shackled to lust, caged by flesh, want, desire. Spitting this brain to the motions, while my mind sheltered questions. Finding that I'm the seed planted in a cement garden, closed-minded, uneducated on the belief system I preach. Woke myself out of a false sleep, floating in a puddle of thought. Deep down, I always felt this part of me would die and ascend to the sky, and it would be I to choose my self-destiny. I suppose I'll just move on without you in my life. But before you go, did I let you know your followers are pathetic? It's this anger that grows inside that decides this is right. I'll never forget the lessons learned and try to apply them to my life. It was good while it lasted, it made sense at the right time. Now it's a dead dove buried in a heart-shaped box in my chest. I must put this time to rest and meditate instead of grieving, and justify what has happened as moving forward, not as leaving. Bells are ringing, crows are singing as I put you in the ground and shuffle my apologies to cover you up and fill your kingdom. My final goodbyes will be footsteps in another direction. I promise I'll see you again when I reach your dimension. I'll tell you my story with no interruption. Your past was abrupt. I'm letting you go, but letting you know I was always grateful of your presence. Incense burns will I forget your spirit. Watch from above and remain ominous. When my black halo withers, I'll fall apart and collect myself.
You see, I held on to this wish for as long as you could imagine. It's better I bury it than toss it down a chasm. It's eating at my heart as I let it go. 6 feet in the dirt and covered with some snow. See, if I don't put it to rest, it'll drive me to insanity. Drive me off a cliff till I hit the man in me. I've given up on happiness. I guess I'll settle for less and record all my thoughts till I crash into my death. This voice tells you hate me and then it juxtaposes all of my instincts that help the roses grow. I'm addicted to addiction, self-crucifixion. I'll no longer use it for creative enrichment. Let the bells ring, I said hear that buckshot. That's the sound of insecurity falling off my thoughts. Let that incense burn representing its breath. But I'm taking that whisper and introducing it to death.
Well, it's official, now that we can't think without the media's involvement, intruding our brain like a clan of foot soldiers, forcing you to think. Plummet into the depths of hell, helicopters encircle the borders of sanity. The insane are dealing with similar enough to rebel. We're all damned anyway, and not a face in this room wants to admit it. There's not a face in this room here that's committed. We as upright walking Neanderthals can't comprehend commitment. We can't comprehend commitment. Not to music, not to women, not to the powerless rulers of our generation. Not to heaven, not to hell, not to limbo, not to thinking it's that simple. And definitely not to believing this water won't ripple. Generation X, Y, and Z are too lazy for a revolution, so I thrust my fist into the sky, adding to the pollution. I'm not committed to anything more than sleeping ruffled feathers in the weather that's too cold for men and men to live together. So I'll carry it to the burial site where lies a headstone, which reads he was a good man, but better off a dead one. Well, I'm 6'2" in an upright ditch. I went to hell 2 inches ago, bitch.
But we all digress as the storm clouds are rolling in. Ill-fated whispers succumb to unanswered soul searching and broken trends. Tediously kept transcripts bring like the sequestered dreams. This must be God's idea of irony. Tirelessly, for to each side they aid in the descent of this union between mind, body, and soul. Irrelevant is material gain like the emperor of last year. In life I lay down in empty swimming pools. Words bounce off walls so only I can hear. Subsidence of flames as if the sun burning out. Is it my youth forsaking my soul? So only I can hear my inner child speak softly. So only I can hear the age of innocence is dissipated. Only I can hear the distant thump of drum. They're marching to a different drummer. Ain't gon' lie, part of me inside is tired of life. Been off walking into the light and to deny this moment in time which is brought truth about my way out.
This coffin is heavy, and it gets heavier with every step I take, but I'm ready to make amends with the past. If I passed you by, would you notice me? You don't even have to flow to see that these bells toll for me. People ask me why I do what I do, why I say what I say, and why I'm so opinionated about the crews I've hated on. When I sit to write a rhyme and I get defensive, cause my answer's the same every time. You see, I've already accepted the fact that hip-hop died, and she's been dead for quite some time. I remember when her music was magical, but I'm mad about the fact that her funeral was so gradual. A lot of people didn't get a chance to go. Ask them why they're bitter and they'll give the answer slow. Her legacy is riding on a bunch of bands that's so quick to compromise the art form just to get their hands on dough. Ka-ching goes the cash register, a message to the singer that sang your hooks and choruses. Bada bing, you're on the fast track, but kids who wear backpacks know you bring nothing to the motherfucking table in the form of creativity. I'm writing seekers knowing that there's kids out there that think Ja Rule's hip-hop is frightening. And fuck all others like him, no, I can't, no, I won't. Come on, I refuse to turn this verse into a rant, but honest to God, all this I gotta be hard bravado. Makes me curious to see what things will be like in 20 years. What will pass for a classic album or even a good song? If God loves me, he won't let me live that long. See, nowadays the headline acting dope enough to keep my attention. So when I go to shows, I leave after the opener, which brings me here. Lost in thought, not lost in Boston, lost in Lancaster, carrying this symbolic coffin. You know, I always thought for this life I was equipped, cause I don't need Michael Jackson status. I don't need to sell out shows in Egypt and have a billion girls ready to give up their panties to see me rhyme. Buck 65 status is fine. If I can afford a decent bottle of wine after a show with some Italian food for the evening, I'll be content with what vinyl and a needle bring. Cause to me, overindulgence is the precursor to musical irrelevance, so stop insulting my intelligence. I'm tired, and so are my 5 friends. When my time ends, bury me face down so I won't see the gap of whack rap widen. That's why people call life for the better the soundtrack for disenchanted youth. Ain't that the truth? Can't stand a tooth that shines in the mouth of a sinner. Now you know why I'm so bitter, but you know it's kinda sad. Hip-hop saved my life, but now that she's gone, I can't help but think about what kind of life I could have had, so I'm a pallbearer. Alright ramblers, let's get rambling. Like Curtis Mayfield, you'll never stand again. I'm handling the situation right now. There ain't no beef to cook if there ain't a cow. Word to push up his lighter in a gasoline mist. Put the needle on the record and let's see who gets dissed. Back when it was about the words, whatever you thought you could put it in a verse. You could still do that now, but take a chance. If you got no friend up there, you'll end up in the ambulance. And you'll have to answer to the powers that took easy with disease and Tupac and Biggie with gas. It's like that, that's just how it is sometimes. I guess everybody don't love the sunshine, but I don't trip anymore, I'm used to the hunt. Been going insane like a train with a caboose in the front for going on 8 years. And I hate peers that solicit fake cheers, cause they drank beers on stage claiming victory after a non-existent battle, leaving the crowd asking, is that all? I'm afraid so. That's why it don't take much for me to take my notebook out, so look out. I took out my loose leaf and a pen, and I got a good head full of bad intentions. You ever wanna get in your car and just drive? Yeah. Me too, but not all the time, only when I see you. Or even a reasonable facsimile, cause like a DJ allergic to vinyl, the wax killing me. I know you ain't debating me to combat this. Why you got so much tape hiss on your compact disc? It's the 4-track, it makes me wanna tell a fable, Cleen. You're trying to make something ugly look better like Maybelline, you got to chill. But you might be too far gone. I fear the temptation and the foretops of where you got your face shoved in, tainted your love, and you were out buying jewelry when you should have been listening to the oven. Ding, set the table, wake the kids, dinner's ready. Consider me inspired and consider yourself retired, courtesy of Cleen. Your mom just walked in, tell her to see a mean therapist to talk about her recently deceased son. Now, where's my carcass? What? I'm sorry, car keys. Where are my car keys? It's about time for me to be moving on, like the opening credit scene in From Dusk Till Dawn. A lot of weird shit happens in the desert, and it'll drive you crazy if you let it. But don't forget to look for me, forever nodding my proud head, driving up and down the 14 freeway, bumping Cloudhead. So how you like my world so far? As Mr. Cleen sets up the underestimators, I see the gators opening. Come one, come all, pardon my smile. I've been happy since my sanity and patience reconciled. I've only been driving for 2 hours, mouthing all the lyrics to Blue Flowers. My Dr. Octagon CD got me contemplating serious issues in my head. Not debating, just thinking about the future. Will it make me happy or sad to see what kind of a dad I'll be? Will I even have kids? How long will I live? Will those I've wronged in the past be tolerant enough to forgive? I just think about stuff like this. I guess I'm just weird like that. Part of me wants to keep driving and see what else is alive, and the other part wants to stop and set up shop. I didn't lose you, did I? Constantly surrounded by bullshit, I tend to let my mind wander while I ponder. Listening to Kangaroo and Sam Seed avenge the Nimbus. Will bad karma seek revenge against us? I am prepared, not scared but anxious for life's little confrontations. I got a little Honda Civic that won't win any races, but it'll get me where I'm going.